On the sidelines of the Pope's funeral, there was an opportunity for world leaders to discuss the war in Ukraine face to face. The US President Donald Trump sat down with President Volodymyr Zelensky in St. Peter's Basilica ahead of the funeral. Quite incredible images. It's the first time the two have met since their public row in the Oval Office at the end of February. A White House official said it was a very productive discussion. In a statement on X, the Ukrainian president said, "Good meeting. We discussed a lot one-on-one, hoping for results on everything we covered, protecting lives of our people, full and unconditional ceasefire, reliable and lasting peace that will prevent another war from breaking out. Very symbolic meeting that has the potential to become historic if we achieve joint results. Thank you, POTUS," is how President Zelensky finished that. Let's go back to Adam in the Vatican. Adam, Donald Trump on the flight over sort of played down the possibility of having these kind of meetings given the reason why they were all going to be there in the Vatican. But now, incredible images of him sitting down one-on-one with Zelensky in an incredible setting.
Yeah, the imagery is remarkable. These two men sitting at what seems to be rather a small table, using the sort of chairs that you might get in a conference venue, and discussing about the most consequential war that Europe has seen for decades. So that tweet that has been released by Zelensky is interesting in that it's warm in the words it gives, but it doesn't actually come out with any sort of concrete facts. And it talks about full and unconditional ceasefire. Well, the Russians would no doubt say, well, we don't want a full and unconditional, we want the condition that, for instance, we get Crimea, maybe we get the land that we have already taken. What we don't know is whether Zelensky is saying full and unconditional surrender is what we discussed, whether we considered, or whether that's him saying this is what I want. But to an extent, that question is for tomorrow. What has happened today is that Zelensky and Trump, who appeared to be men who simply loathed each other on the back of that White House meeting, have sat down face-to-face, had a conversation that also involved Keir Starmer and Emmanuel Macron. And that, I guess, has to be of benefit. And the fact that it should happen here, on what is not just neutral territory, but is, in the minds of 1.4 billion Catholics, not merely holy territory, but when you're in St. Peter's Basilica, you are very near to the tomb of St. Peter, one of the holiest sites in Christianity. So there is a resonance to being here. And when we spoke to Michelle O'Neill, First Minister of Northern Ireland, and I asked her about this meeting, and she said, what an extraordinary legacy that would be from Pope Francis, is if in death he brings together people who can forge a peace. I think it would be very hard to argue with that.
Certainly an incredible observation. Thank you very much indeed, Adam.